In June of 1944, a new U.S. ship was commissioned. The name of that ship was the SS Harriett Tubman. That's just one of the facts I've learned in getting ready for this today. Harriet Tubman was just a phenomenal woman, and there's no way I could tell you all of the interesting things about her in this short time. So I urge you to go to the Visitor Center near Cambridge and maybe even take the self-instructed driving tour that covers parts of Maryland and Delaware. And I think there's something like 30 stops on that route, all about Harriet Tubman. She was born in 1821 or 1822, or maybe 1825 or 6. In those days, they did not keep records for enslaved people, so she never knew exactly how old she was or what her birth date was. I don't know about you, but I think birthdays are very special, and it makes me sad to think that there have been so many people who didn't have the advantage of knowing exactly when their birth date was. She was born in Dorchester County on the Anthony Thomas Plantation. Her given name was Armenta Ross, and she was called Minty for short. When she was 14 or 15, she was in a general store, and at that time a man had tried to escape. The store owner picked up a 2-pound weight from his counter and tried to throw it at the man who was trying to escape. Harriet blocked the way at the door, and so she was hit in the head by mistake. This changed, of course, her whole life. After that, whether it was narcolepsy or whatever it was, she had a sickness that she would fall asleep just at any time, and that sleep might last up to a half hour. She said that when this happened to her, she felt that she had visions of God and that he was instructing her. So it changed her whole life. In 1844, she married John Tubman, and that's when she changed her name to Harriet Tubman. In 1849, she had seen 2 of her sisters being sold away, and she was afraid that would happen to her. So she decided to escape and go north on the Underground Railway. She made 13 trips back after that to help save her family and friends. Her nickname at that time, or she was known as Moses, because she was freeing all these people. She liked to travel at night, and she preferred traveling in the wintertime, or taking these people in the wintertime, because there were more hours of darkness, and that's when they actually traveled. During the Civil War, she volunteered and worked with the Union forces in Hilton Head, South Carolina. At that time, she was a cook, a nurse, a laundress, a teacher, a scout, and a spy. She was the first woman ever to lead an armed raid, and when she did this, she freed over 700 slaves. In 1869, she married Nelson Davis, and they had a brick-making business together. In 1890, she worked with Susan B. Anthony and other suffragettes, I'm not going to say that right, am I? In hopes of gaining the vote for women. Another interesting thing about her, I think, was that in the late 1890s, she said she was in Boston. She went into a hospital there. She asked this gentleman if he was a doctor, and he said yes. So she asked him to operate on her to relieve the headaches she was having. He did so, but the thing that's especially interesting about that is that she bit on a bullet rather than get anesthesia because she wanted to follow what she had seen the soldiers do. I wish we had the rest of the day. I could tell you some other things. I just urge you to find out about her. She truly was a phenomenal woman. In closing, I'd like to read from the book Harriet Tubman, The Road to Freedom. Tubman cherished her freedom and her citizenship more than most, certainly more than those who had never been in bondage. Besides a commitment to racial justice and a passion for liberty, Tubman preached the power of persistence. Throughout her Underground Railroad career, she offered the following refrain: if you are tired, keep going. If you are scared, keep going. If you are hungry, keep going. If you want to taste freedom, keep going. This motto has been handed down to the present generation as part of her enduring legacy. Born into an age of darkness, an age when America was still in thrall to slavery, Harriet Tubman freed herself and was reborn. She renamed her liberated self and hoped to lead others to Canaan as well. This was not because she saw herself as a hero, but because she believed she was doing the Lord's bidding. Not unlike Joan of Arc, with whom she was frequently compared, Harriet Tubman viewed herself as an instrument of God. However, Tubman did not manifest any messianic qualities, nor did she particularly see herself as chosen. She did not trust in fate as much as in the power of prayer and in the individual's ability to seize her own destiny. Tubman embraced a much more universalist view. Each and every person has the light of God within. And just like the song, she was going to let hers shine. In 1868, Frederick Douglass lauded Tubman by lamenting that while his role in the anti-slavery crusade brought him applause and encouragement, God bless you has been your only reward. The midnight sky and the silent stars have been the witnesses of your devotion to freedom and your heroism. But history is also a witness to Tubman's heroic deeds and sacrifices along the road to freedom. And although historians may have too long ignored it, her past remains before us, all around us, and urging us, in her own words, keep going.